Good afternoon everybody, and welcome to this unboxing of Necromunda Dark Uprising. As you can see, this box is so big it doesn't even fit on the camera. But I'm going to get this shrink wrap off so you can see it without these glares on it. Glares? Glares. Glare. I don't know. Alright, and there you go. Necromunda Dark Uprising with some amazing cover art of the Enforcers versus the Corpse Grinder Cult, something like that. I can't remember the name. Have a look on the sides. We have some more nice artwork. And the back of the box. Let's see if we can get round to the back. There we go. It shows you everything you have in the box. 2 games. The Palanite Enforcers. I always wanted to call them the Palatine Enforcers, I don't know why, but it is Palanite. And of course the Corpse Grinder Cults with their not Night Lords helmets. They do look good. Right, let's open this thing up. Okay, we're now into the meat and potatoes of the set. First up we have some bubble wrap, my favourite part of any set. Oh, a sprue. What appears to be scenery. A pipe sprue. I can hear some bits rolling around, and this bit has just come out, which shows me that there may be some orange plastic sprues in there somewhere. And just dropped it in the box again. Another scenery sprue. This appears to be a copy of the previous scenery sprue. I like this one because it has these steps on it. They're all one piece, which looks handy. This rail has got some flimsy bits of plastic on it. Reminds me of the old Rhino side rails, which always used to break. 10 internet cookies if you can remember those. There's that orange piece of plastic again. Copy of the last one. What appears to be some doors. This one is quite heavy. These doors, are they solid plastic? I think they might be. They are chunky. And if you can get that in there, it shows you how thick they are. They must be about 7mm thick. Very cool. Another wall sprue. I think we've seen this one. No, actually I think the last one had a long piece here, so it's a little different. Another wall sprue with some fan things and some vents. These look like the top of the walls, and perhaps some manhole covers or some pipe ends. Copy of another of the wall sprues. Here's that roof topper sprue. The manhole covers, which I'm convinced now aren't manhole covers, but it does have this nice computer screen in the middle. Here's a sprue we haven't seen yet, the ladder sprue, with more flimsy pieces. Very careful clipping these out of the sprue. These look to be box toppers, or are they? Yep, they look like they would fit on the top of a square box. Another of the computer sprue with the not manhole covers. Another flimsy ladder sprue. I think we're getting familiar with this one now. The not manhole cover sprue. I can feel something rolling around in the box. Looks like we got another 2 of these. These must be the most common wall sprue in the set. I think these make these posts, so you get 4 corners to go on the 4 corners of the box. So you'll be able to make 2 boxes out of each of these sprues. That's my guess anyway. Same with this one. I will apologise, this Christmas I seem to have been blessed with a cold. So you may hear a few sniffles throughout the video. And some noisy people outside. Okay, so on to the other sprues. I'm going to put them aside, we'll look at those separately. A large piece of paper. Is that supposed to be a poster? Oh, it's like an advert poster with other gang books and all the gang sets on there. Here they are separately, the 2 new gangs. Obviously the Ashes are the best. If you say otherwise, you are wrong. I think we've found out where that piece of orange plastic came from. 3 awesome looking orange templates. Apologise for my sniff, I like the little flame detail around there. The stories from Necromunda. I believe this is a new Black Library book. So you can get Underhive, which is a Necromunda anthology, or Terminal Overkill, which I've not heard of, starring an Escher and a large man. Is he a Goliath? I don't know. A set of cards, which are part of the Uprising campaign territory deck. Lots of Necromunda bases here to go with the gangs. Some dice. I believe we'll need these to play the game. They'll have various different symbols on there. That looks like an old scatter dice, I think it is, in red and black, which is cool. But this one has a breaking bone device on it. I don't know if you can see that. I do like that dice there. The day your leg snapped. Instructions to build your sets. A rule book. Card tokens. And a plastic playing mat. Or is it card? Have a little look. Oh, it's a weird plastic. That's like that textured, weird plastic. Like a vinyl. Lots of tokens for your gangs there. An empty plastic bag for your gangs. To put cards in, things like that, spare pieces perhaps. Always handy. A transfer set for the Palanite Enforcers. They have lots of nice numbers on there. Oh, and the Corpse Grinder Keat. No, it's not the Corpse Grinder Keat. It is the more Palanite Enforcers. So you can have the shield guys, I believe, and the normal ones. I may be wrong. I'm usually wrong. What else have we got in here? A bit of plastic, a tap has broken off something. So there you go, that shows you how flimsy these sets are. I've got a random tap broken off, no biggie. And what appears to be a vent or a head. So we'll see where that's missing off the sprues in a minute. We also have a range ruler, because everyone needs one of these, especially when they're flexible to go around corners. Alright, that's that done. Let's move on to the gang sprues. We'll zoom in. Okay, so this is the first one. This appears to be a Corpse Grinder Cult sprue. Massive head there, which looks pretty cool. Flip it over and we can see the other side. They all have these nice faces here with what appears to be a grill over their mouths. Reminds me of Mad Max Fury Road. Another of the same sprue. I believe it's a matching sprue. Am I right? Yes, so you get 2 of this sprue. Which has a lot of these chain axes on. Corn people will love these. This device, it's very threatening. Looks like a mitre saw being swung around. A 3rd sprue for these guys, which is interesting. Didn't think you get 3 sprues, but that gives you more than your normal Necromunda set. An extra sprue. Still no idea where that random head came from. Moving on, we have the Palanite Enforcer sprue. Now, this is a very busy sprue. See if I can bring this up to the camera. Yes, so have a look at those shotguns, stub guns, they look fantastic. Little grenades, I don't know what that thing there is. You're going to focus? Oh, it's handcuffs, maybe. There you go. If you want to put someone in handcuffs, you can. Your helmets. These look absolutely snazzy. Year on this, 2019. Look at my dying finger. Looks terrible. Obviously you've been doing too much fingering with that somewhere. Never knew they had this long rifle here. Is that a sniper rifle? Perhaps it is. We have this sprue, which appears to be the shield sprue, and still I've no idea where that head came from. There it is. There's the missing one, so I have that over there spare. I'll have to put that to one side to make sure that doesn't get lost. Doesn't happen very often, things falling off sprues, but at least we have it. I do like these maces. I think they look fantastic. And it's not a head. It's not a head from Dead Space. It appears to be a forearm guard, of all things. This man is very unhappy about it. Absolutely fantastic, these models. Grenade launcher there. Wonderful. And so again, we have that sprue again with the missing forearm. Here it is. I'll put it to one side so we don't lose that in future. Not sure what this weapon is. At first glance I thought it was a type of flamer, but now I'm really not convinced what either of those 2 large weapons are. Anyone can let me know, please tell me in the comments. Just zoom out. So we have the main rulebook and 2 quick reference cards with a rat eating someone's finger, as you do, probably my finger. There, it's rat eaten, doesn't it? Have a quick flick through the rulebook. See what we're dealing with. Lots of fluff here. Tells you about gang of profiles, rules, obviously. Lots to read. There he is, the man with the face grill from Fury Road. The spider with the legs. This is an interesting one. The art in here is fantastic. So we will have to do another video just of this book. A snake servo skull. Don't think I've ever seen one of those before. These look to be scenarios. How to build your gangs. This guy, you cannot see his face at all. Weapons charts. That pretty much rolls it out. Brings us to the end of the rulebook. And lastly, we have the noisy instruction manuals. So one for the normal. Let's see if we can zoom in on these. One for the normal Enforcer gang. One for the shield guys, Captain Pollux, because he's nothing like Alexis Pollux, is he? Why is it with their naming is getting a bit easy now? What else had a shield? Pollux? Alright, put an eye on it, and he could be the shield Captain Pollux. Corpse Grinder Cult. Instructions. Zone Mortalis, columns and walls. This is going to be good to read. I'm looking forward to reading through these and building them. Lots of different wall pieces you can make. All the different layouts there. Platforms and stairs. Can we see where the tap that fell off was meant to go? I want to know where that tap is from. Not that part by the look of things. And the thermic, but I bet it was on the thermic plasma conduits. No, I can't see it. There's no tap. Where is the tap from? It must have been columns and walls. It must have been columns and walls. No, well, I've no idea where the tap came from. We'll find out another day. Anyway, so that brings us to the end of the Necromunda Dark. Brings us to the end of the Necromunda Dark Uprising unboxing video. And thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.